managed to get here. So long as the matchup against the Monkey King works the way that they thought it is going to work. I think that's maybe the big question mark. Like, who plays offlane Monkey King? It's only Jabs. So TSM might have some idea here. They're like, surely Undying Drow Ranger beats this Monkey King in lane, but somehow the J and DJ lane makes it work, and I think that's where things could get pretty scary. I'm not sure.
That was kind of cute from Jabs there. He turned into a courier form and then just ran up onto the TSM high ground, ran past the tower, and put a branch from his backpack into his inventory as well, so that if anyone spotted him at just the right time,
right,
be like, he placed a ward. But they didn't have a ward down already, so it didn't matter. But could have been cute, much like the spray in the middle lane is very cute indeed.
Try for the fake out. Is there too much time before the horn? There's so many shenanigans. People doing like these, checking the, it doesn't happen in pro games, but in pubs, everybody spends all their time like running into tower range, trying to figure out where the wards are. Oh well, it's a pet peeve.
We just use it to have a lovely conversation. Check up on your friends, see how everyone's doing.
Type GLHF.
Conversation. Yeah, exactly. Rune's going to come down, and actually Sableye and Moonmeander getting pretty busy on the Enchantress here. She's actually had to go for the Nature's Attendance level 1, so regardless of whether they kill Januel or not, it's already a pretty big win for TSM as they will get a bit of relief in this bottom lane.
Yeah, it can be really nice to get the Starbreaker straight up, especially when neither of the heroes that you're laning against have any way to interrupt it. Like, I think it is the stronger level 1 spell, but you don't always get to use it because there might be a support or even the core that can interrupt. So definitely looking to put a lot of pressure on early here. Saberlight with his triple mango and Moonmeander with 4 mangoes of his own.
Mango time, baby. Mango bay. Let's go.
Yeah.
We love mangoes.
Yeah, 3 mangoes on Dawn, 4 mangoes on CM, and 5 mangoes on Dubu. He's the mango king for this game.
Yeah, as the Undyings usually are. Undyings love mangoes. Same way zombies love mangoes. I mean, it's on brand, right? Like, if there's ever a zombie invasion, just eat a bunch of mangoes, throw them down the road. They'll chase that instead. They love it.
So I did get the wave drag from DJ, but Dubu also dragging it. So no real advantage off of this one. Just giving more experience to Jabs. And maybe if he gets like getting a fast level 3, a level 4 or something could be the X factor in terms of how you deal with this lane, especially if Dubu chooses to stay at a really low level as well.
Yeah.
Like the Undying not going to be so strong fighting up against an early phase boots on the Monkey King or something like that.
Yeah, he's just going to get beaten down, isn't he? That, the Monkey King always very good against dealing with tanky heroes, so maybe he probably won't be able to stand his ground if that is the case. Once he hits kind of level 3. Maybe he might need level 5.
They're going on Moon.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah, he's going to go down. That'll be a first blood. Fnatic, they kind of bait him in a little bit there with the heal from Januel, but yeah, in the end, they have enough damage to bring down Moonmeander.
Yeah, they can't go on Saberlight, but that is going to hurt getting the first blood here for Fnatic.
And it went to Raven as well, so that's a lifestealer getting a great start to his lane, Like, you can shut out a lifestealer, it is possible, but you need to kind of do it early points. Because once he gets a couple of items, once he gets a phase boots, that kind of thing, he becomes very hard to lane into, as in the top lane, Jab's taking some heavy hits here from TSM, just forcing him out of the lane as much as possible.
Yes, this is scary. Even if once he gets the fast phase boots, not going to take so much damage, makes it easier to potentially dodge out of the way of the Starbreaker.
Very aggressive here, but that aggression does lead to Tomato missing the banner creep, which is kind of unfortunate for both of them. A little bit of gold lost across the board. Meanwhile, over in the middle lane, we have Armel versus Bryle in the 1v1, and once again, kind of expecting it to be a pretty standalone 1v1, but we thought that last game as well, and they still ended up managing to rotate over and put pressure on.
Yeah, Armel is just going straight Quas Exort here. There's not really that much setup for the Sunstrike or anything, but yeah.
Armel doesn't need it.
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
Chad. There's very little stuns. I mean, I guess you could say DJ somewhat, but that's also a tricky one. You can still maneuver inside the kinetic field, right? So
yeah. Yeah, and it does mean that he doesn't... he's not going to have the Dispel to deal with the Flame Guard or anything like that. And Brawl doing quite well in the mid lane so far. 21-4 up against the 15-3. But
yeah, it's a good start for the M-Spirit for sure. See if we can keep up the momentum here as you can see Armel just being very aggressive because DJ's here as well. DJ, level 2, does have the kinetic field. Ryle taking some heavy hits. Gonna have to use a Sleight of Fist, but he's got the Fairy Fire, he's got the bottle. Sunstrike coming down, it's off the mark though. Not a great first shot there from Armel. Maybe expected him to kind of try and dodge it out a little bit, I'm not sure, but either way, didn't work out how he'd hoped, and Bryle does get away.
And Moon's even trying to protect this water rune so that he can get a little bit more going. Stop the Forge Spirit.
No, you will not deny my rune.
Okay, nice.
It's good money for Moon as well.
Yeah, it's
kind of annoying for the Invoker.
It's something. But it seems like they've kind of given up on pressuring bottom. Just going to let Saberlight farm down there by himself. He's doing okay. And Moon's been doing a little bit of stacking as they're diving onto Armel. No mana on this guy.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage. They need help, and they need it now, Armel. Getting low. Mumianda trying to finish the job. He's out of mana on the CM, but it doesn't matter. Brad's going to be able to bring him down regardless. And that is a big, big kill for the side of TSM. And, well, Fnatic bringing across heroes, but not getting a whole lot done. I'm wondering if we're going to see some aggression in the top lane here. Yeah, we absolutely are. They will just chase jabs away. So already TSM fixing things from last game, you know, making sure that they punish the over-rotations towards the middle lane with a bit of aggression of their own.
Yeah, and just much better having ways to actually pressure the Monkey King. Crazy that DJ was able to leave and Jabs just got away with whatever he wanted in the previous game. Genuel's coming over and checking out these stacks. Moon Meander's not going to be allowed to just sit here and build those up. So what's he going to do with his time then? He doesn't really want to be bottom. They can't kill the Lifestealer. He can try and rotate mid, but it's kind of scary. If it goes wrong, he's just going to die every single time. Maybe he'll make a rotation towards top.
Yeah, 6 minutes in. Only one-on-one despite the amount of fighting we've seen in these lanes. In every single lane we've seen a lot of blows being traded, but no one actually dropping other than in the mid lane. And then the one killing bot.
Yeah, kind of quiet thus far, but Saberlight's getting a lot of solo experience. He's going to have the Solar Guardian to use somewhere. So long as it's not straight on top of DJ.
He just spent a ton of time and mana trying to take the hard camp, and then the Enchantress just comes over and takes the creep, which automatically feels it to full. Siege shot pretty annoying as well. Going to slow Saberlight down a little bit more. Raven just chasing and chasing. Meander is here. I'm going to go for the creep. Moon does not like this Enchantress having any creeps, that's for sure.
Saberlight was denied the first time. Oh no!
Denied the second time as well. Oh no. Daniel messing with him, and then some. Meanwhile up at top, Jabs going on to Dubu here. The Gust is out from Tomado, but they won't have enough damage to bring down Jabs, but still just chasing away the Monkey King once again. Will not let him have quite as good as laning phase as last time. It is TSM narrowly coming out on top of this lane phase at the moment, but Raven, he is very farmed at the moment, and Sunstrike onto Saberlight catches him out. Oh no. Sometimes, you know, you just forget about the Sunstrikes, and lovely, lovely little pick off there from Armel.
Yeah, you're not normally playing against them in the laning stage. The dominant Invoker build, in the few times that we do see him, is often this, you know, Quaswex and then swap back. Oh, now Tomato making a little bit of a go on him here. Trying for the turnaround.
Yeah, he's got the Gust, but he's holding on to it for a very long time, and too long, actually, as he does get caught out. Duper going to get a bit of revenge here onto DJ as Moon Meander comes across as well. Jabs just going to flex that Wukongs and say, get off me.
God.
And Power Rune in the mid lane, going to be bottom. Bryle, he's got the Remnant across. Oh, racing with the Forge Spirit. Oh, he gets it.
Well, maybe turning out that this Drow Ranger pick is not the counter that they anticipated. They're still going to try for Jabs on the respawn. Tombstone's up in 5 seconds. So if they can just figure out where he is, they might be able to drop him off of his... Actually, doesn't even have the Tree Dance yet. But...
We get him. Mumianda man just connected here with the Frostbite, and that's going to be a dead Jabs. Monkey King goes down. Tomato gets himself a much-needed recovery kill here. That's going to throw him forward on net worth just a little bit. Exactly what he needed.
DJ's sad that the lane's pushing so hard. There's no experience for him to grab here while his Monkey King is dead. Trying to pressure onto Saberlight at bottom, but Fnatic instead just kind of turning their attention over towards this tier 1 tower. They know that both supports are top. I'm just going to take this one down pretty easily with the creep.
And using the hill troll, but yeah, they kind of just let Saberlight deny that one. I'm not too sure what that was, but whatever.
Yeah, I think they underestimated his damage somewhat. The Dawnbreaker does hit pretty hard. Alright, so just back to farming for a moment. Armel is just going pretty standard Quas Exort Invoker stuff, picking up the Midas. He's got the 4-4 build so far. Get the double Forge Spirits going.
Yep, so, you know, as we say, the Sunstrike build seems a little bit odd because the opportunities haven't really been there. He's managed to pick up one kill with it, but you're going to have to land them using skill alone because there's absolutely no, like, long stuns on the side of Fnatic at the moment, so setting himself up for a tricky game, but
Boundless Strike might do, you know, Boundless Strike will do something, but
Jab's even throwing out the Wukong's command in the top lane here just to defend the tower. Look at them using skill alone because there's absolutely no like long stuns on the side of Fnatic at the moment. So setting himself up for a tricky game, but
Boundless Strike might do, you know, Boundless Strike will do something, but
Jab's even throwing out the Wukong's command in the top lane here just to defend the tower. Not quite sure how much that's even going to get done, but moving across towards the middle lane, they're moving on to the Enchantress here. Januel tries to take a step forward and just getting punished, and Saberlight already looking for Armel, but Armel gets gifted a haste rune there and is able to get away. Meanwhile, Dubu does get caught out trying to be a little bit cheeky around the sideline, so does gift a kill the way of Jabs.
It's a very convenient haste rune. Oh, Brow's making it go up here.
And he's turning up, and they've got the Dawnbreaker to come on down as well. They'll land the stun onto Jabs. Jabs silenced up and taken down. Tomato will finish the job. Armel moving across, though, looking onto Tomato. Sunstrike's there. He's going to land. DJ chasing him as well. He doesn't have any more spells left on the Disruptor as Tomato moves into the tree lines, but they'll scout him out with the Forge Spirit.
The trees respawned!
Oh, no! That was bad timing. Might have been dead regardless, but Bryle trying to follow up on this one as he jumps in on this as the Sleight of Fist doesn't get the kill onto the Disruptor as he moves across to the side. Saberlight trying to find him, lands it with the hammer, doesn't have the damage though to finish the job. Might be able to find him as he runs through the trees, but DJ cannot get away from the Dawnbreaker. And then Mudil comes, but now Jabs back to life, helping out. There's a Sunstrike, lands onto Saberlight, absolutely nails him and takes down the Dawnbreaker. Fnatic,
what's happening to Raven, to Armel? Sorry, stuck in the trees.
Yeah, he's a little bit stuck, and Moonmeander, he's going for the freezing field. Do they have a cancel? They don't have a cancel, they're just gonna die. Armella Jabs taken down by TSM as Brylan Moon see an opportunity and seize it with both hands. TSM finding themselves some big plays here in the early game.
I don't think I've ever seen the trees be MVP for both teams in one team fight, but they respawned. They respawned. They blocked Tomato so that his pathing got messed up heading towards the tower, and then he got surrounded. Was Armel? What the heck?
Well, the trees just really wanted to prove that they're unbiased. You know, first they were they messed up TSM. Like, oh no, we're just here to cause chaos. We have no allegiance.
So a very weird map setup now with bot tier 1 dead, mid tier 1 dead, offlane tier 1 for Fnatic is also dead. That does kind of open up this ancient area for Fnatic to come and set up here. I think Januel is going to be spending a lot of time just stealing the big creep out of the hard camp every single time.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Pretty annoying for him to be able to do that, and has the vision to do so as well. So yes, it's hard for them to kind of keep hold of this area. They're missing all these towers. Yeah. I mean, they will keep control of their jungle for a while, though, due to that top tower still being up and taking the Fnatic offlane tower. So it's a little bit of a different map than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Fnatic to just walk up here and try and take this. Seems like they are just setting up to have the Monkey King deal with bottom for the time being. So maybe a little bit of a stalemate back and forth between Saberlight and Jabs, and then other two cores are just going to keep on farming. Nothing greedy for Raven. He's just going to be going for an Armlet into a Deso. I think the real timing for TSM, they might try and make some plays with the Maelstrom and the Desolator, but of course the BKB is going to be super important this game for them.
Yep, for sure, for sure.
Armel's just accelerating. Boots of travel.
Yeah, full greed mode. He's expecting a long game, and I think he's going to get one.
Yep.
TSM will struggle to play at a high pace here, I believe.
Yeah, and this hero does get pretty crazy with the once you hit your level 20 timing and you've got the meteor talent.
Yeah, smoke popped here by Januel and Moon Meander. He doesn't have time for his nonsense, so just going to throw down the freezing field and get the quick kill onto the Enchantress, and now try and turn that into a middle tier 1 tower. Fnatic, unlikely to defend this one, I would say. They're pretty happy, as we've seen from their builds, just to kind of play it slow, play the map, and make it last. I mean, you got an offlane Monkey King, right? Like, he's not the hard initiating hero you want in the offlane to try and start these early to mid fights, so TSM will just be able to take Seraph the map, but not really concerning for Fnatic, to be honest. They're in a good place.
They want to run at Saberlight at bottom, but I think he's a little bit wise to this, perhaps.
This is Saberlight. He's going to throw a hammer.
Yeah. It's got some of his team coming. I thought there was going to be a bigger rotation to bottom, but it's just Moon Meander gets spotted by the courier and immediately just runs straight to the north. It's like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, I've been seen, I've been rumbled. Get myself away, although it's actually Jabs who's going to catch the Crossstall Nova, which is going to slow him down. Brawl coming in from the side as well. Big initiation from the Ember, but he does get that Flame Guard taken off. Moving forward now onto Armel, but the hammer is there from Saberlight. How much work can he do? There comes the Wukongs from Jabs. Saberlight needs to leave, tries to go for the Solar Guardian, instantly cancelled out by the Cold Snap from the Invoker, and now they've caught out one inside the Static Storm, but not really doing a whole lot as they just kill off DJ instead, so unfortunately, DJ a little bit separated from the rest of his team, and Fnatic just choose to leave. They find a pretty good trade, and we'll just give up the tower for this one.
TSM do see that Jabs just TP'd over to this outpost, and Lifestealer popped in. I don't know if they can do anything about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, TPing nearby. Kind of cool from Jabs, actually. You know, like the natural reaction would be to just TP to the other side of the map, but he is still the offlaner. He still wants to kind of play where the enemy team want to be, so
yeah, bottom lane is still his job this game. The other two cores don't really want to come down here and look at this. Hit him with some damage, but it's just spooking him. It's not going to be anything. Alright, so we are just kind of looking at a game where it seems like every core on both teams is going to have alright farm. Just going to come down to some of the map movements, some of these item timings. The Lifesteal is going for a BKB after picking up his Deso, so...
Wow.
Yeah,
right to the Magic Resist Life.
Yep.
I guess it makes a lot of sense considering the draft. He doesn't want to get kited, and that's probably the only item which allows him to just completely be free inside these fights. That's top lane, moving on to Saberlight. Armel can't close the gap. Moonmeander's here as well, and it's going to consume another Enchantress creep. And resummoned.
And Jabs gets caught.
Oh, damn, he does, yeah. He's turning around here with the Jingu, but with Tomato sliding across as well. They are going to be able to bring him down. Man, Brile is just everywhere at the moment, always turning up to these engagements, and a Swift Static Storm in the top lane, but Saberlight looks like he might go down regardless of Raven inside the Rage, is able to get the kill, but now Moon Meander letting it go on top of him. The support's getting it done with the help of Tomato from the low ground. Now they're moving across towards Januel as well, but it's already DJ who gets caught out. Moon Meander chasing. If you can get in range for this Frostbite here, it might be doors for Januel, but looks like she's able to skip herself away on the Enchantress, so will only be a couple of kills, but damn, overextension massively there from the Lifestealer. I mean, he got this amazing timing on the Desolator and just really wanted to get something done with it, but in the end, just ends up getting dropped.
Yeah, they were even a little bit worried about maybe the Roshan potential there. Because Dubu had already used both of his big cooldowns, so makes it a little bit more difficult. But I think we are seeing so I don't mind the itemization from the Lifestealer, but I think he can just die to the Drow. Like, who's gonna jump on top of the Drow Ranger and kill her? This feels a little similar to the sniper in the previous game. As Armel, he's good.
It's all right. Yeah, a little scary, but okay in the end. Yeah, Armel is the one guy who's kind of managed to stay off map since the laning phase. Those two deaths did happen quite early on, and since then he's been pretty elusive, using the boost travel to get around, farm out waves, use the Midas, and yeah, have a pretty happy existence. Yeah, and that was just a big overtension from Raven, who was otherwise having an amazing game instead. Tomato. Pike finished up as well, so it's able to keep his distance from the Lifestealer, which is basically the entire aim. Get away from the Monkey King, get away from the Lifestealer, who will likely be together in these fights.
Yeah,
Is that what we're expecting with the 5-on-5s? Just infest in jabs and try and find the backlines?
Yeah, I guess so. I think the Invoker could get a blink as well, and we could be seeing just whoever is available trying to get in on top of the Drow. DJ's buying blink as well. He's just kind of going for the same build that he went for last game, though not quite so impeccable of a scoreline as he had. And
no, not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite. That was a high bar was set, but
Jabs
Roshan,
gets knocked off his tree.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, even if Jabs dies here, I think it's fine because Fnatic are just going for Roshan, and this is completely unscouted. DJ securing this one. Doobie's in the neighborhood, but he's like, what can we really do about this? Answer is nothing. Sunstrike comes down, finishes off the Roche. Raven is going to snatch himself up an Aegis, and that again is big wind removed from the TSM sails. They were really hoping they can get that Aegis for themselves.
Yeah, I think they wouldn't have minded winning a team fight and going in with the Undying, but I don't think TSM are too stressed about the pace of this game. Like the upcoming team fights are pretty good for them. Brawl with the BKB should just be able to run down the supports in the back lines, and yeah, still the problem of the Lifestealer closing the gap into all of the damage that TSM are bringing out, especially if he's not going to be going for an AC or anything.
Yeah, for sure. Well, 20 minutes in, pretty even right now. Kind of feels like TSM needs to start pushing the tempo a little bit.
Yeah, they've got big timings coming up.
Into an Aegis. Yeah.
I think they can still fight into the Aegis. Just the Invoker, like the right clicks and stuff are going to be useful, but the BKBs are going to negate a lot of his impact in the next little bit. So he does need to still continue just focusing on split push, focusing on farming for the moment. This is the one thing that Fnatic are so good at, is just using a wide open map and farming on all three cores. Like even Raven just walking into the enemy ancients and taking some farm.
Yeah, and we're not really seeing any smokes or anything coming out from TSM. Like they're not really trying to put any pressure onto Fnatic at the moment, and I don't know, but even maybe being seen here, they'll force back the.
The BKB is a few CS away from Bra. He's just getting it now. Oh, they get the glimpse back onto Tomato. Okay.
Yeah, it's just under his own ward though. He's feeling very safe, and Raven finally gets the tornado, and that's going to give him the jump he needs to try and close the gap onto Dubu. But with Tomato on the low ground, just blinking away at him, doesn't feel the confidence to go and chase this one. Meanwhile, Brawl just trying to find jabs on the side here, but will be left empty-handed. So, all in all, no one really catching on to anyone at the moment.
Matt moves back in the opposite direction. Saberlight's able to get top shoved out, and TSM are trying to find something. It's not that easy to just walk up to a tier 2. So hoping to find somebody with a sneaky smoke.
Yeah, and they have Saberlight available with the ulti as well as Raven. You're going to try and go onto Dubu here. Look at the damage coming out from Raven as Dubu. Oh my god, absolutely not undying in this game as Moonman is going to be the next target. My goodness, Fnatic, they just turn it around, but in comes Saberlight, can't connect onto Armelda with a BKB. Instead, they'll look towards Raven. Raven will be losing his first life, but Saberlight gets pretty low during this as well and just has to back himself away, but a big glimpse coming out. Cancelled out. Has he got the shard? Yes, he does. Okay, Dawnbreaker able to cancel that one out. And going to give himself a little bit of a fan.
Hype him up. Yeah. They got 2 supports dead. Could one of them get some fanfare going. But overall, I mean, a little bit of a nothing fight. Really, they got the edge. They did get the BKB out of the Invoker, which is definitely annoying for Armel.
Pretty big.
Yeah. I don't know if Fnatic were really planning on going and using it soon.
Yeah, it just kind of opens up the map for TSM to kind of, you know, whenever they go smoking, they can just kill any target they jump on. Always nice to have that behind them.
Definitely.
Januel just continues to be super obnoxious on the Enchantress. Like, she really is just right up down this middle wave, you know, on the other side of the river as an Ench, as a pos 5. Like, Mullet has given him a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he's too powerful. Saberlight trying to hold at top. Fnatic are looking at him. DJ just poking, see if anybody wants to come TP.
Yeah, make an offer, a trade deal, if you will. Not going to happen though. And again, things getting a little bit quiet. I mean, they want to wait for this Solar Guardian on the Dawnbreaker, and I imagine we'll see another player being made by TSM.
It's weird on such an open map, right? The battle lines are constantly shifting in terms of who controls what. They're both trying to like drag the other team into a ward that they control. Lots of slow push happening.
There's shenanigans happening as Jabs and Brawl just trading hits, but just a bit of tomfoolery, a bit of slap and tickle. No real commitment from either one of them. Yeah,
he's the custodian of this bottom tower. Doesn't want them to take it that easily.
Nope, keep pressuring. They're going to come with Million Meander sitting behind, though, to make sure that they can maybe punish him if he tries for this again, because, of course, does have the BKB, but they'd love to get that charge beaten out of him. Maybe Million Meander just seeing if he wants to pop it preemptively, but I don't think Jabs is going to do that. He's literally just here to defend the tower, and that's it. And meanwhile, I mean, all this space which is being created, all this kind of nothing that's going on bottom is just allowing Fnatic to just keep farming, and Raven and Armel are just absolutely huge. Like, they're up there with Tomato. When it comes to farm, they're all basically neck and neck with one another at this point. Saberlight doesn't have a BKB, so if he gets caught here by DJ, will just get brought down very, very quickly.
It's looking good, but it's not immediately clear to me who the... are they finally actually going to bring down Jabs? Just want to press BKB.
Maybe there's a BKB as Moon still waiting down in the bottom lane. He's growing old in these trees.
He's got a ward that he's sitting on, so he's just hoping to...
Top lane, Saberlight just trying to bring down Januel with one combo with Tomato blasting in from the sidelines here. They're going to be able to absolutely kill off that edge, so... Again, fairly large commitment for, well, not really, just bringing down the Enchantress, but... Everybody else from Fnatic getting away. Bottom lane being shoved in as well. Moon Meander still waiting for Jabs. To this day, still waiting for Jabs to turn up. I'll find someone else though. It'll be Armel. Armel does have himself a BKB, so they're going to try and force this out of him. And now Moon Meander needs to back himself away. Meteor's coming on down. Little Ice Queen trying to get away as they will finally get Jabs across the map. But Moon Meander gets absolutely devoured by Raven. Watching Raven smack these supports is both funny and sad.
But I think pretty big plays made by TSM at bottom, right? Forcing out those two BKBs. The one has already gotten Jabs killed elsewhere on the map. And now Armel going to have to be very careful for this next little bit. And I was just about to say, it's like, yeah, Fnatic are farming well, and they do have a Tricore, but it's just not clear to me that they actually have the better late game lineup. I think it's pretty close, but the Drow is just scary. You know, we've seen what the late game Drow can do in a few series.
And as mentioned, you know, like, yeah, you can buy a bigger top lane. We've got a bit of a scuffle going on. Saberlight. Dude, he is smacking this Invoker, but in comes DJ to save the day, and with no BKB on the Dawnbreaker, a little bit sketchy on the glimpse, but we'll be able to kill off Saberlight in the end. A little bit of a over-eagerness there from old Saber Chad.
I think he was just trying to last it with the glimpse. It's like, I need Blink, and I need my Ags. I'm putting this game in my hands. Get out of my way, Armel.
That's it. And yeah, DJ's not actually committed to the Blink Dagger just yet, so may consider just the straight Ags rush. Going to be tricky with the heroes he's against, but maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Oh, it's another super fast rush. I don't think they saw it. They didn't quite have enough vision.
That is the fastest I think I've ever seen.
Well, I think it was
2
basic.
seconds?
Wasn't it not just like instant in our previous series? I think it was. But yeah, that's the fastest that I've seen the actual countdown go for sure. Tomato just walks on in
now.
here.
It's like 5 seconds or so.
Okay.
That was 2 seconds though. Literally the 2-second burst respawn. They see it. Here it comes. Tombstone coming down from Dubu. I wanted to see if they could just take this sneakily, but Fnatic are very much in the area. And they actually see Saberlight again. He can't die like this. They need him alive for the fight. So in comes Tomato to try and soak up a bit of the damage. Saberlight still being chased on the backlines here, but he's got the hammer to get himself away. Wukong's command going to land onto no one. As on the sidelines, Dubu getting chomped up by Raven once again. That'll be the first kill. He'd kill off the Tombstone as well. But man, Bryle is in. He is going to get tornadoed up immediately and then back himself away again as the spear hits him in the arse on the way out. Once again, Fnatic, they will hold the line. So good at these little skirmishes. TSM unable to get in towards that Roche pit.
That's 2 BKBs
like
in the
it's
Wukongs
bad,
for just the Undying. Yeah, Fnatic gotta kind of split up on the map, try and buy a bit of time. I don't think it's easy for TSM to just waltz on in here, but they certainly have the edge for a second. And everyone's just gonna go play the lane control game. The split push bottom's gonna be thwarted by Saberlight. And yeah, TSM are smoked.
Yeah, this time the Dawnbreaker is nowhere nearby, so they're going to have that ulti to come in, and this might just be a case of TSM running into the pit and challenging Fnatic. Raven, he is very scary, but oh my god, man, that's just getting clapped by Roche. Yeah, Raven is very scary, but he has to get on top of them, so that is going to be the big X factor in these fights. When we see the first big team fight of the game, it's going to be all about whether they can close that gap on Tomato or whether Tomato just gets to play the backlines. Jab's going to initiate onto Dubu. Dubu once again getting torn in twain. Raven has to back away as Tomato finds him. Bryle wants to try and catch it, but he's got the BKB, of course, on that lifestealer, so he's going to be able to break himself out. BKB on cooldown, but we'll have the rage back again soon.
The other 2 BKBs are off cooldown. Armel and Jabs have them again.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's double
I don't know,
damage at bottom.
was this TSM playing a little bit too slow?
I don't know how they could have gone that much faster, really. I do think they wanted to wait for their Undying to be back up. And they were getting threatened on the lanes. Like, Fnatic did the right thing. As soon as those BKBs got forced out, Jabs went and split push top, Armel went and split push bottom.
Right. On the front lines, but they're going to go onto the Drow. They want to throw everything here onto Tomato. Tomato doesn't get a chance to get out the BKB. See you later. DJ as well also gets brought down. Saberlight gets melted. Fnatic just pumping out way too much damage. They have no buyback on the Drow, so this is probably just going to be the Roshan going the way of Fnatic. Dubu trying to make his way around the trees, but you're far too fat to hide in there. And Dying goes down as well. TSM, heavy losses.
We talked about him getting close, but DJ's got the eggs finished. So they just tornadoed him. He dropped down into a static storm. Couldn't BKB, couldn't pike, couldn't do anything.
DJ getting it done yet again.
Oh,
they need to do something about this disruptor, man. That this guy's just destroying them every single... I mean, they did do something. They killed him. Didn't matter. He'd already got it done.
And now
this Ags way too good at catching out these carries. And now Raven picks himself up an Aegis, so he's going to feel nice and safe. Side of Vice finished off from the Evoker as well, as if they needed any more lockdown.
Yeah, this
Tomato just cannot feel safe inside these engagements. And that was a bottle double damage on Tomato there. Like, TSM was so ready for that fight. They just wanted to take the engagement, and yeah, DJ punishes their slight overstep. It was so slight.
He's trying to make some use out of this DD. The Hex on the Invoker does change the dynamic a lot for these BKBs on TSM. Previously, they could kind of wait or try and react, but Armel with a Blink Hex is just going to destroy you. And he's got that timing. He's got the level 20 talent, and he's got his shard. So this Chaos Meteor just does ridiculous damage. If you don't get Force-staffed out or saved somehow, you're just going to die in the duration of the Hex. And yeah, very much TSM on the back foot now.
It's going to be tricky to come back into this one at this point. I mean, it's not a massive advantage for Fnatic. Still a lot of Dota to be played, but when Fnatic get ahead, they They're looking very, very difficult to play into.
Yeah, the high ground defense in the late game I think is still okay for TSM, but the dynamic on the map has changed so much. Like with this now, Saberlight can't be out trying to use the shard. Big damage onto Armel though.
All right, just take him down. Bye-bye, Invoker. The Desolator plus the Drowners does way too much damage. Armel not ready, but they have managed to catch Braille inside the Static Storm. DJ gets it done once again. Kills off Braille, but Tomato unleashing from the sidelines, trying to bring down Januela, will be able to get that kill. Can they find any more? As Dubu has fallen inside this. Tomato tries to sneak in with a Shadow Play, but they got the vision down on the cliff. And it's going to be Moon Meander who gets munched up next. Inside Jabs, we shall go. He has the shard, so can close the gap very quickly. In he goes. Gleipnir onto 2. Now they've got to close the gap. Saberlight, though, just jumping in and dying for his drow. And Tomato glimpse back once again. DJ finding the targets and takes down another. Everybody dead on the side of TSM. Fnatic are taking 0 prisoners and showing 0 mercy towards his team on the brink of elimination.
Yeah, they were friends once, family. They played together at the major, but Fnatic, when it comes to this game, they are pulling absolutely no punches. Even with the Invoker dying like that at the beginning of the fight, Raven still just cleans house, still had the Aegis. It was a beautiful Static Storm from DJ, completely killing off Brawl. Yeah. He was like, he wanted to go in hunting for the Disruptor, but yeah.
It's quick enough on the BKB, like that's the problem. He jumps the DJ, and DJ's just already throwing the Static Storm on himself. And Brawl, I don't know, I just didn't think he'd be that quick on the trigger. Underestimating DJ has been the downfall of many, many teams, as Brawl trying to connect on the back lines here, trying to kill off Jabs, but Jabs just going to receive the burst heal from the Lifestealer, which means Brawl has to back himself away, and Dubu under the tower is going to get killed off. DJ will take that for himself, denies the Lifestealer and the Invoker of the kill, and says, nah, this one's mine. I want my Blink Dagger.
As we said, this is elimination on the line for TSM. That they have to kind of play this one out to the bitter end, but an absolutely enormous advantage now for Fnatic, and they're just going to keep on pressuring it with the Aegis. Really no reason to back off.
What a history between these two teams as well. If anyone to take them out, this was by far the most personal, Past with Saberlight and Saberlight's redemption. They're coming together for the major. It's really been through it all. And then, of course, last TI, Fnatic were the ones to take them out. So
yep.
It's a storied history, and Fnatic looking like they want to do it again here, and they want to do it now. Smoke up from Fnatic. They still have this Aegis for 50 more seconds on the Lifestealer, and they don't want TSM to forget that. Bryle moving out of the base. DJ, he's ready. Static Storm comes down, and it's going to land onto Bryle once again. Down goes the Spirit. He does have the buyback, but they've taken down Saberlight as well, and he doesn't have a way back into the game. Glimpse out onto Tomato. He's forced to pop the BKB just to survive through this for now. A buyback comes out from Bryle. They have to try and make this fight work, and they might be able to take down Raven for the first time. Jabs, in he goes, jumping forwards. Wukong's command along with a Gleipnir. No BKB available of Tomato. Tomato forced stuff away. He has to survive this, and he just about will. Makes it back to the fountain. 4 heroes surviving on TSM, just trying to hold it back, but no. Raven, he's going to make it 3. Buyback out from Dubu. Fnatic, I don't know if they can stick around and keep on fighting this one as Bryle comes in again, but there's a BKB on Raven, so Bryle just kind of hanging around as Moon Meander gets destroyed again, and Tomato is gone. They close down the gap. GG is called, and TSM, they will be the first team eliminated from TI11. Such a run from Fnatic as well, just turning it around, just looking so good. The moment they get into the advantage in this game, they just crush TSM.
Yeah, I think a little bittersweet